All right, welcome back. Another game with MarineLord in it, this time up against Bleys. Bleys, of course, we did see in the posted series yesterday when he faced off against Tator. Tator being the Russian player. And it seems Buzz, you know what? He's reversed this. Sense of irony has been encouraged, and now it's Bleys is the one playing as Russ up against a French player who is going to be MarineLord, a StarCraft 2 pro player. And this is going to be interesting to watch. I wonder what Buzz learned from the previous game he had on these islands, because it is an island map again. And as we saw when Buzz played as France, there is an advantage that France can have, especially if they're slightly ahead on the tech boom, because they can get quickly into Hulk ships, which cannot be countered by Russ until tech 3 when they get their hands on demo ships. We'll have to see if MarineLord is aware of this, and we'll have to see if Buzz has come up with a counterplay to this, because the reality is Tator, although he made an amazing comeback in that game between him and Buzz, there is no denying that a big part of that came down to the fact that Tator's backline docks were not spotted out by Buzz in that match. But straight away, Buzz taking advantage of the fact that he has a super close to the coast spawn on his town. He's going to just start fishing immediately, not even paying attention to the goats. And same's going to come out from MarineLord. I think there's a slight advantage in terms of closeness for Buzz, but it's so slight, it's ridiculous. In terms of villages, we're going to have 5 actually working on the wood line for Buzz. And MarineLord, he's got a little bit more in there, 6 already. Gold is being ignored for the second by MarineLord, which is very interesting because remember, we talked about that quick tech up for France being super valuable just to get your hands on the Hulk ships. But meanwhile, Buzz, he'll be able to position himself quite quickly for like a gold tech up once he gets his fishing situation under control. Remember, of course, neither of them have anything on the mining. This is simply coming from the fact that Buzz gets to gather gold from hunting. That's one of the perks that Russ has. If we actually look at the amount he's hunted so far, he's gone up to 70. I think he got an unlucky spawn here because there's not enough sheep here. Yeah, so he'll get up... Ooh, that's rough. He'll get up to 90. I think most of these islands are designed so that Russ players can only achieve a 95 or 90 on their starting island outside of attacking a boar, which, yeah, you're just not going to do that. Just don't do that, guys. That's a quick way to end up GGing in the game. Trust me. I've seen it. It's not pretty. Yeah, you can actually already see as well. I love this at a high level. People just instinctively, even if they are in a game on an island map, when you see you're up against Russ, your best move is to run your scout out and start to kill all of the deer carcasses. It is a huge crippling factor, depending on the maps, for the Russ players. I think most Rust players in a 1v1 map are aiming for the 250, the tier 2 bounty, so you can harvest 10% quicker and they gather from hunting cabins every 24 seconds instead of 30. So if you can actually cripple that timing in which they get access to that, because they'll probably get access to it later when they reach tech 3 and start spawning deer, but if you can stop them from reaching it sooner, it's going to stop a gold treacle from just escalating way too fast for you to counter. The triple fishing boat already out for Buzz. Remember, these fishing boats don't have to go back to drop off, so he will have eco advantage if both sides are relying on fishing vessels. Of course, the military advantage is going to go the way of MarineLord once he hits Tech 2, which he's only just started harvesting some gold, so he might be a little bit slow to get the Hulks out. Meanwhile, one worker is getting gold right now for Buzz, and he hasn't even made a mining station. Like, he hasn't even bothered to give them that quick drop-off. They're doing a long run, but it will get him there. He now just needs to sort his food situation, which with quadruple fishing ships shouldn't take too long. Like, I think the capacity was 40 for these, and then they, like, what's this? They just immediately drop off. They don't even have to return. Boom. Banked. Right? So he's going to have that tech-up opportunity in just a few moments. Meanwhile, MarineLord, he might be a little bit slower. He might just opt straight away for the tech-up because he's actually saved more food. Where was the difference here, actually? I'm trying to think where the food investment came from Buzz. Because I feel like he should be slightly ahead, not slightly behind here. I mean, the fishing ship creation times are equal, so that's not the factor. Although, yeah, they even got the same woods. That doesn't really make sense how he got ahead. But MarineLord, I mean, mate, he just seems to be a little bit quicker. He actually got there quicker, so he's going to get the tech up first. It's now finally being built. He is going for the Golden Gate, Buzz. Interesting considering you're up against France. I feel like when you're up against France, it's one of those nations where it can be very tempting to centralize your docking stations and then build into the Kremlin so you have a defensive structure against these early Hulks. Because they will be coming out, make no mistake. But instead, he's going to opt to go this way about it. He's about halfway complete. I think they are about even on this. In fact, there's less workers from MarineLord working on this. It seems like every moment he realizes there hasn't been a tech up from Buzz is a moment where he just takes one other worker off it because he doesn't feel pressured to rush. Neither of them getting 2 times advantage because both of them just short. But it looks like Buzz will beat him to the tier 2. The importance of this timing is you can finally actually get some aggressive ships out with the archer ships because you need fuel age. The problem is you have to be ahead and you have to have more ships out because Hulks will rip through you. It's actually ridiculous how much damage these French Hulk ships do. Yes, they are like double the cost and then some because they're very pricey in gold. But that's why he's got so many people in gold, because one of these Hulk ships can take out 3 attack ships. It's that skewed in terms of balance. And the big difference here is how both sides can get aggressive inside these protective areas, right? Like, you as the Rust player are going to be playing defensive against what's going to be coming against you because you won't be able to actually aggress Hulk ships into the protective area where they're healing. Meanwhile, your opponent can actually just try and siege down your docking stations. In fact, I believe it's 50 damage after reductions is the amount that a Hulk ship does per shot to one of these docks, which have 1500 HP. Do the maths, you'll see it doesn't take that long with 2 or 3 Hulks to burst through a dock compared to, you know, what we usually see out of arrow ships. And early expansion coming out from Buzz. I like this move. He knows that he's probably going to be pressured on his island, so if he wants to make an expansion in like the next 3-4 minutes, maybe 5, then you need to get it out now before the Hulks arrive. And there's actually a transport ship, so no Hulks just yet. MarineLord does not have enough wood. No. No, there is. He's already been one. That's why. I was about to say he should. He just had a bunch. So, going to get the first Hulk out. That will give him the advantage in terms of military. I don't know if there's... Yeah, there's not even a single melee vessel coming out from Buzz. I love this move by him to shift his fishing lines to the back. Just understanding that they don't need to return to dock. If MarineLord wants to hunt them down, he's going to have to put more effort into it. Would have maybe been better to have split his units up a little bit. But the interesting play right now is Buzz hasn't landed his units yet. Is he trying to scout out the starting island and set up... I think he is. Yeah, okay, so we know Buzz likes to play this way because he done the exact same thing to Tator when it was the other way around, when he was the one playing France. He actually rushed a villager force and then built up a military on his opponent's island. And this is actually a sure shout against France because although he has the school of cavalry, he's not going to be investing into it. He knows that, like, from playing France himself, French players tend to invest into a few Hulks at the start. They don't even think about ground military. He's sneaking the backside of the island as well. I love this play by Buzz. It's a different style on island maps. And I think you have to do that. You have 2 choices. You either boom a second town or you go aggressive on your enemy's base. And he's going to be doing that with the stables as well. This is a really cool play. If you actually get ahead of the night spam and he hasn't put a single night out and he's trying to counter it, you have 2 stables to the one school of cavalry. You'll always be ahead on night count, and when you're in his base, yeah, he could possibly move away and heal up with chivalry later or in the fights, but your whole wood line is going to be exposed. And if you cut his wood line off, you're going to completely choke out his ability to spam Hulks. And here's the Royal Knights. Yeah, he actually built a few. But there's... Oh, no! Buzz, he misstepped. He didn't ever build defenses near his wood line, at least. He's going to try and palisade now. He's going to start the structures. He needs to start them quicker, though. Is he going to keep them out? Knights are close. They're going to rush through. Are they getting blocked? They're blocked. They can't get in. Buzz holds him back. He chokes him out and stops him just in time. And it's because of this dock that scouted out the play, as well as this fishing worker. Timothy, you will be remembered. You will be saluted for your efforts. But what is going to happen? You know what's going to happen. MarineLord, he's coming in to pick them up and drop them just beyond the palisade. And that means he's going to run rampant amongst the civvies. Drops the 3 knights off. There's already knights being built, meanwhile, by Buzzblaze, but he needs eco. He hasn't got eco anymore. He's missing gold, and his gold line has been harassed, so he cannot get his hands on more of it. He'll be forced to garrison. These knights take ages to drop as well. He was trying to build a wooden fortress that should have been there much sooner, because remember, it gives a 20% drop-off bonus to all wood that is dropped there. And he'll be forced to just garrison the remainder. There's going to be a few civvies left. They did get one of the knights. They'll force him off. But this has done crippling damage to the gold economy for Buzz. He's only been able to get a few of his knights out, but it might be enough because there's no knights back in base. They're being produced now. Everyone's been forced off the wood line for MarineLord, but he does already have 1,000 wood bank. So he is pretty cozy and pretty kushka. The Knights, they're going to have to get them off this gold, because if they can get them off the gold, they know that there's going to be more Knights coming out, and Buzz knows that he doesn't have the resources to compete with this. So we'll force them all into base, and they are just dying. I don't think he quite noticed that. So he'll back off for the moment. The Hulks even came back just to be safe with the transport ship, because I think the idea that MarineLord's looking for here is once he deters him with his cavalry, he'll load a new load of cavalry to go and harass the Buzz's eco lines. So he caused a little bit of anarchy, but not really that much. He's forced to burn houses. This is not a good feeling. He's at least getting some extra wood over here, but wood isn't your limitation now. If you want to keep this spam up, you need more gold. You should have enough food coming out, but it looks like... No! Did he snipe all of them? I think he did. Oh my god, he got almost every single fishing ship with 1 or 2 Hulks. MarineLord caused the distraction that forced all the attention on the civilians, and then used that anarchy to actually burn down Buzz's food lines by getting rid of all the fishing ships. MarineLord, man, there's a reason this guy's a high-level professional StarCraft player. He knows how to keep his eyes on several different locations at once, and Buzz, he's fallen privy to it. And if we look at eco damage, 31 and a lot of the idle at the moment compared to 45. MarineLord has full control of this game and is slowly just tightening his grip around the throat of Buzz. Buzz needs some sort of hoorah play soon, but he can't make it on the water. The only move he has is what he's doing now, where he's pushing forward with wooden fortresses to cut off any sort of productive line of wood generation that MarineLord can have. And yeah, straight away, lumber camp. And this is cool, because if he breaks down the line quick enough, it will give vision to the wooden fortress. The only concern I have here is right now he has no answer to the economy being gained on the sea, and he's been completely stripped of his ability to gain any because of these Hulks. In fact, if you look, MarineLord doesn't really need more Hulks right now. He can just cozy on 2. Because Buzz didn't even try and contest him on the water, military-wise, because what would have been the point? You would have required 3, possibly 4 to every 1. That being said, Buzz is getting a few more Knights out. He is continuing to produce, so he's in for a penny and for a pound on this one. But look, the counter's coming out. MarineLord, his economy is squared up 10 times better, so he's utilizing this to just have as many Knights. And in an equal trade situation, you win. Because I think early Knights, yeah, they're even. But the difference, of course, is that once you get into a fight that starts to look bad, as the Royal Knights, you can run away, and then Chivalry will protect you. Chivalry, which, by the way, will be researched after the next Royal Knight is produced. There's the Hulk. He could start shooting here. It looks like Lodya attack ships are finally being produced from double docks. But these Hulks can rip them apart. If he parks one on each of these docks, they get destroyed. But he has kept one of these Hulks here near the wood line. Reason being that if you come in, these Hulks hit pretty hard. It's 100 damage that they're going to be firing out. And I believe it does do 100 damage to these horses. So you'll be 2 hitting each horse. So there's the Hulk. And he should just be able to plow him down. 4 hits is pretty much all you need. Well, 5 because it's slightly reduced damage. And that would get rid of an attack ship. He's managed to move past with these attack ships, but what's the end goal? I don't think he's got enough to really contest on the water still. He needs demo ships. If anything, he needs an imp. And then, like, once he hits imp, he can, like, double demo ship to blow up Hulks. The problem is these Hulks aren't clustered. They're very spread because they have no reason to be clustered right now. And yeah, a few spears. 10 Knights, that's completely offset. And there is a cruel attempt here. Buzz is slowly moving in with these wooden fortresses. He knows he has to be ready to defend because they might try and counter him as he does it. But he's not protecting this. He's actually just slowly losing the villages. They're going to back up. They have to back up to the next fortress to be protected. He's going to bring one of the Knights out now to try and slow this down, but he's going to just stay camped inside. They will attempt to burn it down, but even if he burns this down, he's going to be rushed out by Knights. So there will be a clear advantage in this fight for Buzz as soon as the wooden fortress breaks. I say that. If the Spear's the one standing here, he's in trouble. They're getting 1 or 2 of these Knights. I think they killed maybe 2 more Knights before the building's burnt down. That might actually give them advantage to try and plow through these Knights, but I think the Spear's going to be the difference here for MarineLord. Building's going to get incinerated. Spearmen now surround him. He tries to move them away quickly. He's going to lose 1 or 2 of them as they get pincered and squeezed off. One will escape to the north, but he'll be burnt down quick. They're going to lose this wooden fortress soon. He's backing up his Knights, but this is starting to look pretty grim for Buzz. As MarineLord now has eco, military, and territorial advantage. Because this island expansion, like this attempt to like backdoor with the military by Buzz, is going to be burnt down. There's no way that MarineLord doesn't know that there's more troops here. He has to, right? Because where have all these knights been coming from? I would have seen him transporting more troops across. And meanwhile, back in base, Buzz is going to slowly lose his docks as well because they're being attacked. And then any attempt to get attack ships out is being blocked off by these hulks. Hulks of which he is building even more, probably knowing that he can also exploit the fact that the town center is close to the coast. And knight count, well, with the spears, these 8 injured knights for Russ are not going to be good enough. Buzz is going to be a bit concerned about that. He should be. Because he's going to be pushed off the island completely. And oh my god, he snuck a bunch of knights onto the island. There's not enough people to garrison here. He's going to lose 2 or 3 workers before he even realizes that Buzz, his eco is just donezo at this rate. He hasn't even noticed. He hasn't even noticed because he's busy on the water and he's busy on the other island. He lost so many workers there. That was like, what, 4, 5, 6 maybe? Totally worth it for the Knights. Bones more damage. MarineLord will back off now for the Knights. He just needs to guard this line. And if, oh no, he's going to find the gold line. Buzz has no protection against this either. He started with Knights on this island to try and help him, but you're going to lose a few workers, or at bare least, it will keep you complete off your gold line, which is going to put you further behind Nico. And this is the whole difference through and through this match. Yes, there's been trades back and forth. Yes, you can argue there's been moments where Buzz got better trade. Definitely MarineLord got loads of better trades. But the reason he gets better trades is because every time the difference is actually who's attacking whose eco line. MarineLord's eco line has barely ever been harassed or pressured. Buzz's has been kind of pressured from the outgo. The early night attempt, the counter knights on the island just preventing all that eco that was sunk by Buzz into these military units being wasted. And this expansion with the Wooden Fortress is just being countered by a few spearmen because you're in choke points where you can't actually use wide ground to flank around has completely tripped up Buzz. And there's not really much that Buzz can do to catch up now. MarineLord, if he wants, he could tech up, but he can just continue to do this as well. He's got so many people working gold. His income per minute vastly exceeds Buzz, and Buzz doesn't even have 100 gold to his name. He hasn't even got a single person on gold right now. He's trying to get them back on gold over here, which he'll finally be able to do, but the time wasted that they weren't able to do anything due to the Knights on the island has been felt. And while he does, yes, he does finally have some attack ships, look at the hulks. He has 3 hulks to work with. I think 4, actually. There's a 4th one here. If he brings all 4 hulks here, he can burst everything down one by one. Because there's still no access to demo ships because you need tech free as Buzz. And they'll chase the Hulk away. Hulk will turn around. I think he just needs to regroup his hulks right now. He can actually burst these under healing as well, by the way. Which I think is what MarineLord tends to do. Turn and fire. I think he's being too cute with the moves back and forth because he's not quite sniping these out. He's getting them low but never finishing them. So he's taking more damage than necessary, but they will all sink very quickly. He does lose 1 Hulk. There's 2 super injured ships here that are just going to die in 1, though. It's 1. These ones are also going to get popped very soon. And it just might be GG at that point. I don't think Buzz has any maneuvers left. He's got a few weakened attack ships. Hulk's chasing over there. He's got these Knights. This is his final Ura if he can even get in quick enough. There's still plenty of spears here to counter him. The Knights are on the other side of the island, so they'll be late to the fight. He's going to lose a decent amount of villies here trying to complete the guild hall. And is he even going to get it? Landmark is going to be complete just in time. He'll reach the tech up, so Buzz doesn't even prevent him from doing that. He gets clustered in on both sides, so these Knights are going to fall, and that should be GG as Buzz is all out of moves. Oh, so nicely played by MarineLord. Dude, I love watching this guy more and more every time.